This is a hot take for me. I don't really like Call of Duty anymore. Black Ops 6 was such a monumental failure, and everything from the campaign to the zombies mode to the fucking abysmal multiplayer. Well, actually, I don't know. If you like Adderall, you'd probably like the multiplayer. But it was so fucking atrocious, so lackluster. It finally broke the cycle that I had been grandfathered into for the past decade. What cycle am I talking about? The cycle of giving Activision money. I voted with my wallet and I said, no, Activision, you cannot have my $70, thank you very much. Which was, a great move for me financially, but it left this cod-shaped hole in my heart. So when I looked to fill that void in my void in my heart that was filled by Call of Duty for so long, where do I look? I look to the past. And you'll be surprised, the game that filled that hole this year, that hole, is Modern Warfare 3. No, not that one.
The bigger the lie, the more likely people will believe it.
Now, I already hear some of you, really? That was the COD to fill your cravings? This game of all games? Yes. I never played it when it came out, and only recently have I returned to it, for a very specific reason. Do not get this video twisted. This is by no means a full review of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 2011. I'm here to talk about this is a review of something very, very specific about Modern Warfare 3. And for anyone who's looking for a full review, don't worry, I will hit you with a quick one. Campaign, Makarov fucking dies. Multiplayer, full of hackers. And on top of that, the multiplayer is more or less a copy of Modern Warfare 2 2009. Oh, how times haven't changed. There is one more piece of this game that I'm here to talk about today, and that is
this shall be your grave.
I grew up on Black Ops Zombies and was convinced that Zombies was the only relevant side mode the COD franchise offered. I was so wrong. You see, Modern Warfare needed something to differentiate from the Black Ops Zombies mode, It needed something grounded, something gritty, something that matched the Modern Warfare style and setting. Because the weird lore and unhinged nature of Zombies didn't fit the gritty, realistic narrative told in the campaign. It needed something that fits that element of real-world military operations, and Spec Ops is the perfect mode to fit that mood. Jumping into Spec Ops, you got mission mode and survival mode. So we're here to talk about survival mode, and it's the closest thing Modern Warfare has to Zombies, and it follows a similar formula. You might be asking yourself, what's the difference? Why would I play one over the other? Well, let me set the scene for you. The first rounds are exactly what you would expect. You got these foot soldiers that have no real survival instincts. It's meant to get you settled and to receive your first paycheck. And I'm not even fucking kidding about that, because enemies will occasionally explode with money when you kill them. And the whole money aspect is kind of what I love about this mode so much. Because each round that you pass earns you more money. You're not only trying to get high rounds, you want to become a high roller. Because becoming a one-man army and dunking on the Op 4 while flexing straight racks on them, that's an amazing idea for a fucking video game. Accompanied with the dope sound effects that play whenever you complete a round or complete a challenge, you really feel like a high roller. Like a good American, it's time to spend those sweet Benjis on some firepower. When accessing the weapon HUD, you immediately notice that you have access to Modern Warfare 3's entire armory. You can buy any weapon that you can in multiplayer, whether you want to play Chris Kyle Simulator or be a fucking rat and use a shotgun. You can do it. You can do it all. Unfortunately, you don't get the same amount of freedom with your weapons that you do your attachments. You see, you're only allowed one attachment on each weapon, so you can either have solid optics or an underbarrel attachment. They don't stack, which is kinda lame, but at the same time it makes your choices matter. Maybe you don't mind rocking iron sights and would rather have an underbarrel grenade launcher. So let me pitch you a second scenario. You didn't ball hard enough during that last round, so now you're broke as fuck. Well, don't worry. Enemies drop their weapons after death and can be picked up, used, and upgraded just the same as if you bought one fresh from the armory. The enemies you fight aren't as adventurous when it comes to their weapon choice, so most of the time you'll be picking up AKs and Model 1887s. And even mentioning the Model 1887 might have, given you some PTSD for all you Modern Warfare 2 vets out there. Wow, kid, that's quite a stack of dough you have there. Hope the IRS doesn't butt-fuck you for all that dough. Good news, that income is completely untaxable, and for good reason, because you're gonna need it. Because we're starting to get into the higher rounds now. Because when you progress through rounds, more and more stations become available for upgrades.
Equipment armory online. You now have access to explosives and armor upgrades.
The next station that's available is the Explosives and Armor Station. You now have access to all the boom boom a man can desire. You got your flashbangs, your claymores, your C4, or even just normal grenades. Claymores are especially useful. To be a true baller, you gotta have a baller strategy, and hunkering down with all the firepower you can get your hands on is a fantastic way to get through those high rounds. Claymores complement this strategy like Twitter and pedophile accusations. Because, you really gotta be hunkered down, especially if a Juggernaut is gonna be walking down your ass with all his health and his infinite amount of bullets.
Do you even know how fucked you are?
And it's sometimes like I really wish that the term and rank of Juggernaut was a thing in the military. And I'm not talking about just some, 6-foot Navy SEAL guy badass who can just walk while rapid firing an LMG. Oh, no. I'm talking about a guy.
Enough talk.
Who was born sucking down ground up flank steak from a sippy cup, took Trenbolone at 13, grew up to be 6'8", and had an ego that surpassed the US national debt in size. A man like that needs to be kitted out with a bomb squad suit lined with tungsten sheets, enough ammo to cause a recession, and wielding the Gal-weight Avenger machine gun that he personally ripped off an A-10 Warthog after he was fed steak and shrimp the night before. Fortunately, the science behind these things and the creation of a Juggernaut unit make it pretty much physically impossible. A suit of armor with that capability to block all those bullets would weigh easily double the amount of, weight that person already has on them, plus the amount of bullets they would have to carry. It just would not be feasible at all whatsoever. So for now, we'll have to settle for these Juggernauts, and they're not to be messed with. Like the normal soldiers you fight, Juggernauts have no survival instinct and will aimlessly walk towards you. And while they may not be firing the machine gun taken off the A-10 Warthog, the machine guns they do carry must be treated with the same respect. They melt armor, so personally I would recommend explosives and, of course, lots of bullets. In addition to Juggernauts, you also gotta worry about all these other troops. You gotta worry about suicide bombers, claymore troops, chemists, helicopters. There's helicopters, I'll get to that later. Dogs wearing bombs. I mean, holy shit, there is a Juggernaut that is carrying a riot shield. We'll talk about him later. Once you get into the later rounds and proving how popular of a loner you are, the enemies really start to ramp up their forces because clearly you're a baller who gives no fucks, and it's time for them to start playing on the same field as you. And to level out that playing field, the enemies start calling in things like attack choppers, and these things are so fucking annoying, my goodness. They mill your armor and tank a lot of bullets, so the solution is to take some of that cold hard cash you earned to buy kill streaks.
Enemy chopper incoming.
When that asshole and a little bird shows up, yes, that is the technical term for it, you just need to duck behind cover, take out your Windows 95 laptop, and drop a Predator missile on it. So with all the enemies that come towards you, the game gives you ample tools to grind for and, gives you a fighting chance against the enemy, whether it be kill streaks, weapon upgrades, all that good shit. It really is a fantastic way of making the player feel like they're always getting stronger. It's a great progression system. I really do like what they've done here. Okay, so this is where the main script for this video ends, but there is still more I want to talk about when it comes to the modding of this game, because I think it is absolutely brilliant. And right here on my teléfono. And now here's a short list of features that Modern Warfare 3 Survival Revived adds to the game. So the first thing to talk about, which is the main thing that I had a lot of experience with, is the specialist bonus system that you get in game. So specialist bonus It works like this. Whenever you kill an enemy, they will drop a token or a specialist token. And as you keep collecting these, your multiplier keeps ramping up higher and higher. And as your multiplier goes up, you get more and more perks, like perks that you wouldn't have been able to access within the game. And they keep stacking on top of each other until you literally just become a fucking juggernaut. Of course, when you die, you do lose these things and have to build up your multiplier again.
I have nothing. They took all my work.
And the next thing to talk about is the weapons. So you get 3 new weapons. You got the AK-74U, you got the M1014 shotgun, and you get the M240 LMG. They also give you new attachments which you can put on your guns. You can get extended mags, a hybrid sight, tactical knife, and even thermal optics. They also make some changes to the actual gameplay, like there's this mode now called You vs. the World, which has you fight against multiple different factions, and it really changes up the encounters a little bit. Like, it's actually so funny to watch this footage back, because I am an American soldier fighting against my fellow American soldiers and the GIGN, which is, you know, French Special Forces. I mean, it changes it a little bit, like it makes the encounters a little different, I guess. It's more of just like a, you know, goofy, haha, I'm, you know, fragging my fellow soldiers, you know, funny moments. And probably one of my favorite additions to the gameplay is the new difficulty setting added, which is above veteran, it's ludicrous mode. And essentially what ludicrous mode does is it throws everything into a mixing pot and then it spits it out at you. And what I mean by that is you get these like mixed up waves where you get a horde of smaller enemies that is also accompanied by heavy enemies. So you get like a huge thing of grunts. In the middle is a juggernaut with a fucking riot shield, and now you have to also watch the sky because in addition to all these units, there are now 2 attack choppers. And mind you, this is all coming within a single wave, and I think that is absolutely brilliant. I love ludicrous mode. It is hell, but it is fun. And then the last thing they added, which I don't really care about, is just they added a bunch of new prestige ranks and all that jazz. It's not really that important. I don't know. I don't really care about... Why the fuck would I care about prestige? Who the fuck is going to give a fuck about my prestige in Modern Warfare 3 2011? And in addition to that, I actually forgot to mention this, they do add a few new units. Like now, instead of dogs, you get hyenas sometimes. They add different like faction variants of like already existing units. So for instance, if you're fighting against like the Nigerian extremist group, I forget what, you know, what they're called, but you can get a Juggernaut version of them now, which I think is pretty cool. So to the viewer that is viewing this video right now, hello viewer, how are you? I want to thank you so much for watching. I apologize if this video was a bit messy because a lot's going on in life right now. I'm trying to get set up in my new place right now. I moved houses, so it's a little bit messy right now. Everything's, you know, kind of chaotic, just trying to get settled. Hopefully I'll be able to return to the normal style of, you know, video I'm doing in a little while. Because I do like doing long form content, but I also do like doing shorter stuff like this. So that's kind of what this video was. And yeah, honestly, that's fucking about it, dog. I mean, if I ain't got shit to say after this, man, there's no script. I am just rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for my sanity because I'm losing my mind over here. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. All right, have a good day. Bye.